travel stories within each stroke of paint.
Our Jenny Young shows us a Portland man sharing those stories in his Chinese-American culture with works of art you can find throughout parts of the Northwest.
According to the Oregon Historical Society, people of Chinese descent began settling here about a decade before Oregon even became a state. Yet we rarely hear about their role in helping shape Oregon, and rarely do we see their leaders being honored publicly. Alex Chu is working to change that. When it comes to his work, Alex Chu is much more than an artist.
In a way, I do feel like a local historian or even journalist to try to find what is an important story to be told or who needs to be highlighted in the community.
Here in downtown Vancouver, Chu painted a local hero who's been mostly unknown for decades. In 1934, Leah Hing became the first Chinese-American woman to earn her pilot's license. She learned to fly in Vancouver and worked at Portland Air Base during World War II. Sadly, earlier this year, the mural was vandalized. Someone painted an X across Hing's face. Chu believes it was racially targeted.
I try to be as equitable as possible in how I represent the community, but I do get a strong backlash of not including white people or not including enough white people in my murals. And I do think that that is a response of white supremacy in Portland, Oregon.
Chu says he does include white people in his murals, but believes his specific role as an artist is to highlight communities of color in the Pacific Northwest.
I think doing mural work, doing community work has opened up more of a story for me and educated me about what is important in a community and what is important for public art and what stories should be told. And I feel like I have a great privilege to be able to use my talents to be able to tell those stories.
A place called home, the name of the 150-foot mural inside the Portland airport, created by Chu and local Japanese-American artist Jeremy Nichols. It details our region's magical landscape and features locals from all walks of life, including a folklorico dancer, blues musician Norman Sylvester, and native storyteller Ed Edmo.
Seeing the way that people feel uplifted and feel more a part of the community because they're represented in the artwork that's around them became something of pride for me and something where I felt like I had a role in the city and the community.
Pop over to Portland's J District and you'll find Chu's work in several locations, including a family favorite here at Mojo Crepes. Painted on the wall next to the pool tables, a local mother and daughter. And over in the arcade room, these dragons were drawn by Chu and painted by students. Last spring, Chu and Jeremy Nichols created this massive mural at the top of an 11-story building in downtown Portland.
Every morning, we'd have to get onto the scaffold from that top corner of the building.
The work is titled Inheritance. Chu explains the significance in the two sets of hands, one young, one old.
The older generation passing down their legacy to the next generation.
While we were discussing the piece, Chu met an admirer.
Here for you? Yeah.
It is amazing.
Oh, it was crazy.
And I love it.
Thank you so much.
I play guitar, I'm a singer, I play piano, I am an artist myself.
Yeah.
And to see that beauty is unbelievable.
I appreciate it, thank you.
You did the best thing ever.
For links to Chu's Instagram and website and a list where you can see his work in person, go to coin.com. Jenny Young, KOIN 6 News.